game, that means the vibe is gonna be high. Let me take off these headphones real quick. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. We're just gonna take off the headphones. We down here at the Healing Pine, G. Post-workout vibes. Yo. Yeah, we talking about the light body, man. The moon in Sagittarius. What say you, son? Like, what the hell does the moon in Sagittarius mean? Some people be like, I don't believe in the zodiac. You can't. You better Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, I think all food is what it is. All food ain't food, motherfucker. You can eat plastic and call it food. People be doing that over in so-called China, man. Post-workout vibes. Oh man, yeah, we smoking a little bit of that there, and it's calming to the muscle, so it's helping the muscle to repair. See, they hate weed, man. Mary Marijuana, they hate it. Peace to the God. Peace, God. Peace, Twan. I know I gotta say it right though, because I don't want to just misuse your name, but you know you God over here. Yeah, the energies, man. We out here in Sagittarius energy. I ain't got that much time on here because I gotta run on the inside. I don't really be on the inside too much. Knowledge, equality, all being born to God. You know what I mean? Knowledge is the foundation of all. To listen and observe, respect, honor, be noble, virtual. That's how you acquire knowledge. So knowledge, the equality. The equality is the answer to all things. It's silence, it's reasoning. So knowledge and equality is one and the same. That borns God. God is the motivator, sustainer, controller, and Lord of all the worlds. The world's in you. You the true God. That's a title for you. We're not talking about the all, the I am, or nothing like that right now. We're just talking about God, you know what I'm saying? You're the God seed. So now all the information's coming out, man. It's on like hot butter popcorn. They're talking about worlds beyond the poles. We're putting in the work, G. You know what I'm saying? You may not think it, but yeah, that light is going up, man. When you put that energy to activation, I'm talking about the celibacy. They say semen retention. It's really seed retention. The semen is just, you know, it goes in, it's in your body and it's going around your cerebral spinal fluid all over through your body and shit. So, but we're really talking about the seed retention, celibacy, and it's happening, G. Information's coming out, it's making it more easier, so the energies is here. So whatever you want to do now for the next 48 hours, I'm talking about if you really want to put it into play, bam, you gotta go in. You got 48 hours to do so right now. Sagittarius is a really go-getting ass energy, man. They really don't sweat the small stuff. They see the bigger picture of things. So now you can actually jump into that, even if you don't like vibe with Sagittarius, you know, in your chart. Your chart is really to show you how to master your weaknesses. If you already, it's like your own living SWOT analysis and shit, which is your strength and your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That's like a business thing when you're making up a vision and mission statement for a mug. Like, yo, invest in this. I got my strength and weakness, opportunities, threats. You got to do that for the body too, G. You know what I'm saying? So we learn how to find out your strengths in your own self and see what your weaknesses are, so you can be able to see the opportunity to strengthen them now. And just looking like, okay, boom. And just zoning in, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they're egotistical. They're not going to see what's weak in them, you know? And so to give you a little bit of help, you can use the cosmos. Most High gave us the map and the energies in the cosmos, how it's all sectioned out in the zodiac or in the houses. So with Sagittarius, they're the aimers. Some Sagittarius just like to do too many things and shit, so they just aim at everything, but they have money to go get shit though. That's just how it is. Sometimes people, when they deal with Sagittarius, they can feel like they're not, you know, being honored enough because Sagittarius is so busy aiming at shit, you know. But you can harness the Sagittarian energy if you just sit back and find something that you want to aim at and boom, and get it like an archer, you know. These 48 hours, you can do it no matter if you're compatible with that sign or not. Hey, what's happening, Kingston? What's going on? Big Boy Barbecue, what's happening? Peace, y'all. Yo, we're just getting in and talking about, you know, these energies with Sagittarius, with the moon being in Sagittarius right now. These energies you can actually harvest. You can harness and, you know, and harvest your, whatever you want to think about. It's like a manifesting practice, you know, and plus we over here killing them parasites and working out, getting that lactic acid up in the mug, you know what I'm saying? Getting the mugs sad. And we eating fruit. We ain't have to go back to no fish or nothing like that, G. We out here fruit and celibate. Damn near 7 years in this mother. So we gonna have, most high, we had to show you like this so you can see that, yo, man, we actually do it. It's about the happiness, you know. As you grow, you're gonna become more powerful, and that's what a mug don't want you to be. So we're starting out with working out. If you don't work out, use these energies right now to go to the gym or sit at home and do about 5 sets of push-ups. You'll go ahead and get your money, man. Hey, what's happening? Oh yeah, we on live, G. We on live, man. Plus, I ain't got too much time on it because I gotta go charge my horn up. When I come to town, I gotta duck down and shit. You see, I'm out here with my thugs and my doves and stuff, you know. So I gotta, be quick with the download because I got this right here at noontime. Most I thank you for your blessings and protection and guiding me safely and keeping me safe and sound. And getting this information out, or this affirmation, so y'all can internalize it in yourself. So just a quick download, you know what I mean? So whatever you want to do that's positive or that's beneficial for you, use the zodiac as a help for you to do that. No matter what your sign is, Most I gave you the energies of the cosmos, like, yo, it yields at you. And the more you grow stronger in your faith, you're naturally born with it. The more you grow stronger in it, the more you'll start manifesting the things that you desire. And even sometimes you got to be careful because you're manifesting things that you like, damn, I shouldn't even thought about that too hard, because you kind of thought about something that's in a low vibratorial frequency in the wrong way, because we're just transitioning out of them low frequencies into that love frequency, going through the right hells to come out right. Basically, you got to choose your hells accordingly. You can't just be going into any hell like, yo, I'm gonna do this, but sometimes you can, you know what I'm saying, depending on how, you know, how much faith you got. But you want to build and strengthen your faith, and the way to doing that, you know, you got to definitely get off of they shit. I'm not saying you can't not be in the world, but in the commerce society, you got to just be careful and not become, you know, codependent on their lifestyle, on their currency, because it's a change going on. So it's most important is just to work out right now, cultivate the happiness in within, so everything can line up, because everything's striving to line up. You got to get out the way and let America do what it has to do, because it's getting back in the hands. Most High's hands is all on America. It's all in the world right now, but Amaru for sure, because the truth is out. The Great Conjunction happening. You know what I mean? So whatever you really want to do, you like, man, I want to do this. Use this Sagittarian energy right now to do it. You know what I'm saying? And you will get it done. I can guarantee you. Really, yeah, I can guarantee you, because Most High, he put it that way. So it's like whatever energy, like we just came out of Scorpio, which the moon was in Scorpio. A lot of individuals probably don't even realize they was on some low vibratorial thinking, like their shadow self. Not low, but shadow self thinking. Like, where did that thought come from? Or if you feel in a certain way, you just don't understand why he was. That's because this moon's energy in Scorpio was pretty much transitioned on down to us and shit. And so we're all like the little one soul spirit, light spirit family. And those who are not, you know, in a high vibratorial frequency, they just gonna react on their lower selves and shit. And this is why it's important for, like, you know, man to cultivate that divine feminine energy that he got in himself. A lot of tarot readers and all these chicks or whoever, they're like, divine feminine, girl, and they thinking that this divine feminine with the gender, the corporate, they getting caught up in the physical again. Everybody, we got the yin and the yang. That shit came from the Mississippian culture. We got the divine masculine, divine feminine. Each little dot represents we both got this from each other. So basically, we both got the opposite of each other. So basically, the man is cultivating the divine feminine. It's the awakening of the divine masculine in the woman. She's the one. She looks feminine, like she's a woman, but she's really cultivating her masculinity. We as men, we're cultivating our femininity, which is which is the most creative man on earth and shit. Basically, he's like the empress, and she's like the emperor type shit, but she's in a physical body. That's how a man can have multiple women, is because he having multiple women in their divine masculine energy, meaning that they see his divine feminine energy, and they all want his ass. They just don't want him for no divine masculine, like and they're just all feminine women. No, femininity, they can sit by itself. It don't really need extra shit, you know what I'm saying? The only extra thing it needs is that masculine energy around him to get shit done and all that, you know? But you being a man in your feminine energy, it's not no gay to them or no shit like that. It's all about you being creative. You know what I mean? Right now, the divine feminine it's already been waiting for the divine masculine to get their shit right. That's the woman. She has to go through the hells and ups and downs of just like, you know, dealing with different dudes, and she's dealing with broken divine feminine men, you know, even though they can come off hard and shit, but in the real spiritual world, they're weak. And so a real nigga see that, oh man, that motherfucker weak. Now we don't know how to give it the title, but that is the title now, the divine feminine cluster B personality disorder trait having motherfucking shit, you know, haven't mastered the shit yet. And so her subconscious is to get that and to master that. So this is why so many messed up relationships that go on, you know, in the world today, basically. because, you know, the divine masculine is still being able to manipulate the divine feminine, which is in the actual physical man. So right now, celibacy is like you pull the sex back. You think you ain't powerful enough in this sex, man. You really, when you realize you pull that shit back, you control everything. You the master orgasm. You know, all giver. You the master orgasm giver and shit. You know what I mean? You the master of her whole everything. She's the earth, you know. So you going through her river, lakes, and valleys and all that shit. You know every little inch of her. But right now, we on some beta shit. Being that we thinking that she's, you know, being that we think that she's the controller and Lord of all surveying, and people men trying to put her in power over their own self, nigga. That's delusional, nigga. I don't know where they do that at. And then the women is kind of falling for it. It's the matriarchs and the patriarchs, and we get it. Nah. Women really agree on a man. If that man is in his divine feminine energy, very creative, a woman in her masculine energy will share that man. Plain and simple. Or if she's in her divine feminine energy, she'll kind of compete with him, you know? And that's not really good. She got to master that divine masculine inside of her. That's why she out dealing with all kind of dudes for different things. And, you know, and that narcissism is really playing out in her a whole bunch. So this is why, whatever you hear about divine masculine and divine feminine, just switch the genders. You know, it's an inside thing. You know what I mean? Just, you know, you can't look at it as like the woman and shit. Like it's not her. She's cultivating that masculine energy in her. You know, that lustful energy of not going out to get other narcissistic supply sources like other men to validate her and shit. When she got a badass broad, a real masculine woman who is in her masculine energy, and she finds a divine feminine man, and say that divine feminine man is like looking at her as being like, you know, cool. He's gonna give her that honorable love, like how a woman would give a man, like, you know, when you find a bad one. Okay, I don't care if she's Janet Jackson or not. If she knows this nigga has mastered that divine feminine energy, she definitely, and she's knowing herself, she's not gonna jeopardize that, because for one, she know that he can pull, you know, multiple women and it'll make her feel bad. Multiple women that make her be damn near better than her. It's on. Peace to the God, Mason. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? So it's on. So this is why it's really important for man to go ahead and take the power back by semen retention and celibacy, because you'll force her to get in her divine masculine energy. Only the simps gonna fuck with her, you know what I mean? And she ain't gonna want no sucker after a while, you know what I mean? And then he only gonna be able to fuck with the hoes, and she gonna be a hoe. It's like, why would you want to fuck with that? And some women defend that. Well, a whore is the one that make money. Bitch, you a hoe. If you defend that, you a hoe. You gotta cut it off. You gotta cut it off. The doctors is making shots and shit to make sure that you don't have no periods so you can keep fucking. You a hoe. It's just how it is, Chief. You'll be bleeding for 30 days. And we know that's the truth, Chief. Thuggy Dub, y'all already know what's up. You know what I'm saying? And men ain't gotta have no goddamn shot to make it. Now they want to make men get hysterectomies and shit like that, you know what I mean, to cut off his lifelong gift that he got from the creator. The more he aged, the better he can program his DNA through his seed, through the Y chromosome. He's the reason why. He's the understanding. You know what I'm saying? So this is why it's important today to acknowledge the equality, to see the God within you. The God is the motivator, sustainer, controller, and Lord of all the worlds. Your family, the universe, you know, and then it goes out. You know what I mean? It starts with your family first, though. So yeah, man, you know, the divine feminine is in man. That's where you start being able to master all them urges, Chief. And then you start birthing things out. The man has a womb too. These women is right now, they're in their low masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? They're players, and some of them is like hoes and shit like that. They be lying and shit, trying to be swift, you know, and being witches and shit like that. You know, it's certain witches, not a good witch, to tune into the Most High. They just tuning into whoever's around them, and you know, and not tuning into the actual creator, like, you know, or the actual ancestors and shit. They tune into motherfuckers over in Africa, letting the African motherfuckers sell them spirituality and shit with the spirits that died on their plane. They got so many spirits running around over there. They got videos of these niggas with shadows running in the videos and shit, talking about whatever. You know what I mean? These that's how much spirit work over there. That's why that's why we don't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? We was always with the creator. So the man is the head of the home. He's the head of the whole shit. If he ain't even got a female, you the head of you, nigga. Oh well. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about you jeopardizing yourself to validate someone that's in the cluster B personality and shit. Just cultivate your divine feminine energy. You're going to have it all together in yourself. You attract whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? You'll see that certain physical desires, you probably didn't even want them in the first place. because you probably started off with sex a little bit too fast. Anyways, you don't even know if you was gonna desire sex that much, especially if you went through some shit and trauma. You know, you just don't know. So this is why it takes a season. Only a man that has that discipline can do that. Then the women, they follow suit. Then, you know, we'll start making, you know, tomboys, butches. They be tough. You know, tomboys don't get their pussy away like that, or they power you. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They honor it. They'll probably give you some oral, but they don't get that shit away though. You know what I'm saying? Certain pretty girls and shit, they need that energy, so they'll get that pussy away, or they get close to doing whatever it takes. Seductive energy, and this is why you got to master that. Our brother Samson showed us that. He knew he was there. They knew he had the Holy Spirit on him. He knew it too. He was a man of God or the Creator, but still at the same time, you know, he just allowed certain things to overtake. He thought he was swifter, and he became weak for a while. But then he got that strength back. So that's what we got to do: get that strength back. You know what I mean? We drained our shits, you know, and that's pretty. And this is where we're at right now. So we got to let the world do what it do. We really ain't got too much things to really focus on too much. Right now, just use the energy that you say you're going to do the change for the next 48 hours. You use that Sagittarian energy just to get it done. And don't just aim at everything. So it's the same thing with every sign. It's still going to be the forecast. When the moon's in any sign, that's pretty much what the energy is for the day, coupled with whatever the sun is in. You know, we know the sun is in, tropically is in Aries, but in Vedic is in Pisces. So we can blend that in together, you know, also, but we're just going to stick with the tropics. There must be somebody coming through, because my little Legion, my little Starfleet. So yeah, you know, so you work with that. This is the map. The true Osiris gave us this. He gave the true Osiris, not Osiris the false, who had Thoth, who was the Thoth Gabriel, who was a false god also, who came up with the Mohammedan religion. You know, we ain't talking about them recent niggas who took on the Ethereal gods' names and titles, who's known in 1,000 worlds and who lived over 100,000 years. We talking about. That's what we talking about. They not talking about that. They just know that they can use those names, but that shit's going to come to pass because Most High is going to leave the pyramid in the center of the world as a mockery of what they try to do with our culture. Most High say this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, their pyramid, not ours. They try to copy us and shit. You know what I'm saying? That they mocked us like it was divinely constructed. So this is when they fell from grace, and we fell from grace. And then, you know, that's when the whole Hebrews and the Jews and the Egyptians kind of like split. You know, they was all one at first. Everything was one at first. And then it split after 200 years because there was, you know, the world was advanced at those times. Structure was very big. Canals was big. The world was traveled all over, populated all over at those times. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about all over. There was airports and everything, sea boats, all that shit. America was popping, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I had to build on that, you know, as far as like, you know, just to kind of put us into play where we at, because we're not talking about false gods around these parts. Yeah, the hijack, G. Oh yeah. See, that's what's up. You already know. Gato, what's happening? Yeah, you definitely building on that. You know. Yeah, because these beings, they're not really from Earth. I mean, well, they're from Earth, but we gotta look at Earth as like, if we look at what a elliptical galaxy is and a spiral galaxy and a irregular galaxy, these are formations of the universe of the Most High's hand, forming a vortexian currency that makes this shit come together. It all happens on every world that these fallen angels, well, on most worlds, that these fallen angels get to a certain point where it's not falling from like the Most High, like it's falling from like rank on the heavenly planes and shit. So they want to just rule mortals, and this is when they become obsessed with mortals and shit, and just do wicked shit to these things, to mortals, and just further take them off the path of getting in tune, just being their true self and being in tune with the everlasting life, you know. And with us, they want to try to get us like that and get into our heavens because they know they fucked up, but at the same time, they want to keep us with them. But they have a spiritual psychology disorder. Now we can look at it. It's cluster B personality. If these beings were made in incubators and things of that nature, and they're being used, and also you're dealing with a natural organic being that's low, because you gotta look at the Moors and shit too, man. You know, Africa is different. Like I say, they're dealing with spirits. They were doing what we told them not to do, what the Most High told them not to do. We're just not kind of experiencing it, but we like, nah, this shit ain't right, because we kind of know what it is. But they've been doing it. They've been experimenting with spirits. I mean, doing all kind of shit. And these spirits has been making them seem supernatural, like they're the greatest and shit, you know? So spell work has been going on. They've been using, you know, when they say the dark period, yeah, there is dark periods. But the faith is the children of the Most High always been in light. You know, they always been in light. But they sometimes fight each other too, but they still have light within them. They're not completely dark and shit, you know, in darkness. But enough. There's always been some of us that's been woke no matter what in our whole little trials and tribulations that's been trying to tell, like, no, nigga, we got it, nigga. You the Most High, I'm the Most High, he the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We're just separated in wisdom, different forms of fashions, solids, liquids, and gases. You know what I'm saying? You look like you, I look like me, but we is we. Me, we. All right. Most High gave us burial rituals already, which later evolved into the pyramids later. Bro, from Mississippi, we know the truth now, the God truth. You know what I'm saying? He builds on this. I even watched the lecture. I'm gonna check it out. I already know it's right and exact because Most High is lining up all the council right now as we speak and shit. You know what I mean? All we gotta do now is start working out and being celibate and shit. Oh, it's gonna really be on. It's gonna be mad as a motherfucker now. Because now we got the intellect. Now we're gonna have the body and the soul, which is the connect. So we connect in the dreams. This is where they kind of attack us at, you know? And we don't know and understand. That's what's been going on the whole time. They got traps everywhere. They know exactly who he is. They going through great lengths to get Nagas, man. You know, males. Yeah, for us, we got to be the ones that set the foundation. So once we be celibate 14 months up, man, you know, it's gonna be easy anyways. After your mind could be set once you just being like, oh, I'm gonna do the semen retention. Every day you just get better and better. You gotta Kegel, gotta do exercise. You can do exercise on your divine eye. Your divine eye is definitely gonna get harder, stronger, vascular, stronger. You can do exercises. You do exercise all the time. I had a wisdom. She seen me doing exercise. She know what was up. She like, damn, this nigga. And then at the same time, you know what I'm saying? They use dry pumps, but we have an ancient pump system which is like with water. You can actually expand your divine eye like 2-3 times the size. Don't even mess it up. Your divine eye is so flexible. It's meant to be exercised, but you can't be in a low vibratorial self and shit. You know what I mean? But the Africans, they figured it out. Some of their tribes have figured it out already. But we have too, though. You know what I'm saying? We learned how to stretch this suspensory ligament. We had school. We're finna bring it on back again. You know, we just do it naturally now by banging our chicks. We know how to do it regularly. But now, when we start mastering this, you got to incorporate this in semen retention. I'm talking about or in celibacy because your divine eye, you have to do Kegels because that's where you have the leakages. It's like a waste of light inside you, so you'll be leaking all the time like a broken faucet. So basically, them Kegels, which is like when you urinate and you stop, it's boom. That's a Kegel. So it strengthens this muscle right between your all and your born, which is your balls and your ass. You know what I'm saying? So right there, that muscle, the PC muscle, is like the strongest muscle in the body. It'll react right away. Like that day, it'll be stronger. So what that does is it strengthens your, makes your erections even stronger and harder, G. Like even that day. So you start getting it so cold with it. If you do 100 fast, like boom, 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 then it's like you start getting really intricate with it. Like now you know in the muscle you can squeeze, 300, 100 squeeze, the other one boom, then you can just let them off as like that. You have so much control over that PC muscle that even if you are having self-equality with the sex and shit, and you banging, you know what I'm saying? You all know when it's about to, it's a certain thing, your mind can kind of fuck up when you're hitting the stroke, and she can actually hit a note, a sight, a smell, a scent, whatever it is with this. You know, Most High made them mugs beautiful as hell. It's made this is normal. You know what I'm saying? Whenever it's like, boom, and you try to take that breath, if your PC muscle ain't strong enough and you get older, you'll know. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't strong enough, even if she ain't sabotaging you, it'll just poof, it'll come out. You know what I'm saying? Even if you know how to take the breath or not, because you know you got to take that breath to get that chi to go inside you to keep your cosmic inner orbit going. This is like your inner orbit when you're having self-equality. Every time you want to make that shit go about 7 cycles, you get smarter. This is the science we've been doing for thousands of years, but now we're bringing it back. You know, so if you are having self-equality and you're not releasing, then every time you're about to release, this is where that breath come in at. But you already done did your Kegels now. So that, boom, it'll hold right there. It won't even come out, won't even squeeze out or nothing. I don't care if she move and go, you be just strong as a motherfucker, man. Like, I'm telling you. So this is why it's important for you to strengthen your divine eye and your suspensory ligament, but really your PC muscle, because that right there alone is what causes you to actually release and shit. And if you was in the joint of whatever motherfucker trying to validate you, or anybody, ain't even got to be in the joint. Just know, motherfuckers be on some slick shit. You know, that PC muscle will be strong. You won't have an orgasm from the back type shit. You know, some men they want to have orgasms from the back because they figured out that they can lift the hood up of the trunk and start the car up. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the way to start a car up all the goddamn on time. You know what I'm saying? So you'll internally change your inner cosmic orbit now. Now your cosmic orbit is going the opposite direction. Only certain things that make sense to you. Certain things will be like, I don't know why they do that. Because now your inner cosmic orbit is not in the organic way where you can have common sense with another motherfucker who's got his cosmic orbit going the right way. You know, so yeah, the PC muscle. So when you get to that point, every day you could be sitting down on the bus or driving, or not driving, but you could be sitting down anywhere. You know, wherever you're doing, it's a hidden workout. You hit that, hit about, you know, you'll get up to 500 G. And then when you're having self-equality, and even when you enter, she can already, you know, you can stop and do the exercise in her at different dimensions of her. You know what I'm saying? Say if you're in the A spot in the back and you ain't got to move too much, you just boom right there. Just you go boom, boom, boom. She's gonna, oh, what the fuck is that? It's like a machine. You're like a machine. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to master. You're gonna have this all pat down when you're about 30. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, Swift, I hear you, baby. I got you. Hold on. Now I'm about to head on in a second on y'all. Talking about the birdies, the Swift. See, this is Swift. Y'all see Swift? Say hey, Swift. Come say hi to everybody. Y'all see him? Oh, well, Swift is mean, man. He be giving me a mean mug and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's very important. So if you are having self-equality, that right there alone is gonna make you last long, G. And then if you got any type of you know, herbs that go with it, to keep you strong, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be even more, because now you're taking it serious and shit. It's like a muscle, you know. I had a wisdom. They vouch for it, G. My wisdom's on. You gotta be strong, especially if you fucking hoes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, them bitch hoes are fucking and make it bust over and quick. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be genetically, and you gotta get the shit right up. You know, when the heart's involved, it's deep too. It's even deeper. Hey y'all, see, look at them. That's a big one. Hey baby, sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? But when the heart's involved, it's very deep. That's why it's important to master that. You know, and working out, you can take a year off to master that shit. When you get back in the game, you get back to licking on the chick. She ain't been getting her ass ate. You know what I'm saying? So quickly, no more. You know what I mean? The guys are taking their power back, and basically, you know, certain wisdom, the newer ones that's coming up, you'll be for the newer ones, basically. The ones that already been getting fucked for, like, you know, since they've been 13, and these bitches like, you know, 50. You can kind of leave them alone, unless you just low vibratory and you probably want to deal with an older chick, learn something from her or something like that. That happens, you know. But for the newer ones, you're gonna be prepared for the newer ones that's coming up in the game, because you can be able to show her. They see your discipline, they're like, damn, because the new ones is coming up. They seeing your information, you seeing who you is, you know, seeing how you carry yourself. You're like the new old nigga. You're gonna be the new old nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about anybody that's like 26 and up. You know what I'm saying? And so this is the best thing, the best time to master this now, because they got the energies to work for you now. You know what I'm saying? It's not as hard as it was when the spell was on us more in like in the 90s and shit, when we learning this shit, because it was like a real harsh spell even in those times. But right now you can actually do it, because that shit's lifting up. And so yeah, try it, man. Get them Kegels in, because right now Sagittarius, they'll let you do it. It's like, do 100 a day. Today, I guarantee you, divine eye be harder. So they help you, so you won't have no damn wet dreams and won't be leaking at all. G, you won't leak at all. Then, even if you did entertain a certain thought, you can separate the thought from the actual, you know, your mental is strong from the actual, like, making it happen in your mind type shit. Because you got to be careful with your kundalini. You can actually make love to these people without even them like knowing the shit. Like, you're strong now. You know what I mean? It's really strong. And the people is like in their mind, they look at you like, damn, you know, because they can do it on a witch level where they can light candles and shit like that. But you on a divine organic level, it's a different type of energy, because you're using holy energy and shit, you know, versus them using the energy of the first resurrection which is like earth resurrectional energy. We got all kind of spirits. Damn, I was gonna jump into that. That's what it is. Pardon me, y'all. The galaxy and shit, and the irregular galaxies and shit. Damn, see, that's that Pisces shit, man. Oh, man. But really, when you see a picture of the galaxy, ain't it flat like that? And when they show it, it's like, oh, it looks like a disc. But right here, it's like flat. You know what I'm saying? That's really the daggone Earth plane. And there's so many worlds up on those planes at different densities within those waters that beings figured out how to go to different densities. They're very advanced. I'm waiting for an AI video to say something about this one now. Now I'm saying, they tell you that there's worlds beyond the poles, but they're gonna say this too, because it's at different densities. And depending on the galaxy and how long it's been in operation, you know what I'm saying? It starts to turn elliptical. That means that they're starting to all see the all spirit, that they're all like beings. You know what I'm saying? They just go on and evolve higher and higher forever and forever and ever. All right, I'm sorry, pardon me, y'all. You know, yeah, that's what it is. That's what I'm saying on the galaxy wise. You know, so they go from different world to world. Some worlds they can't get in because it's too strong. It was a stronghold. But this world was just so tasty for them. They had to come here. Most High had it set up that way. It made us look so naive. They didn't know that we was that damn smart and intelligent and inventive and shit. They're like, wait a minute. These niggas really do this and this. Oh, because remember, you dealing with cluster B personality. Man, beings that were made in laboratories. Some truth is to that with Yakub's story, rules and regulations. When they say, who is Yakub's grabbed the devil? But they say Yakub. So, you know, this nigga was on some other shit anyways. He was married to a conehead type chick, a tarot rose. What they say. But he wanted to make a species. Now, is this 8,000 years ago, or was this recent? That's thousands of years. You ain't got to say shit. You know, one goddamn word. They gonna stick the bitches on you. The chicks is working out, getting the ass as fat as hell now. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a weakness of yours right now. If you're in a low vibratorial frequency, pussy gonna get thrown to you, head gonna get thrown to you. I mean, everything's gonna get thrown to you. I'm talking about, because you're gonna start doing that. You're gonna start honoring the temple. You ain't got to be super fine. It don't matter. They on your ass, chief. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you're a knocker. That means you got some type of talent, some type of skill that you can learn, or gift that you was given to give to the world or your family, or something to give to your world so people can learn from you. Oh, that's combination. It's like, oh shit, y'all hear it? But they going to go. I mean, they niggas on the island, so it's not like you're shooting and then they gotta go. They helping like a lot of white folks. They be getting in the water and the nature be kind of helping. Nature be kind of fucking white folks up here. Like, it ain't shit. You be like, damn. And I be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was in the water and the nature helped me, but I'm black. Thank you, Most High. And I ain't trying to take my hand, but I was in some stuff. Most High got me ashore, like, you all good, brother? Well, baby, you call me baby and shit. I like, good, baby, I'm good. A lot of people didn't make it. I seen them right die in front of me in the water and shit. That water don't play, G. They think it's a game. Man, you gotta have faith to be out here, G. That's one thing I've learned. In Hawaii, you gotta have faith. And these people with false faith, they just out here living off that money and shit. And they think that's the real aloha. And it really ain't, you know? So, and it's like, they think it is, but let them be without it. They'll see if their manifestation skills is really up to par. If they really was a faithist that belong in Lumeria, which is basically Hawaii, or Hawa, the name of the creator. If you one of the babies or not. And I'm not too more nothing like that, but they do see me walking around, they be like, damn, shit, you ain't got no scabs or nothing like that. A mother came up to me and asked me if I had some scabs. They like, it was two Mexican dudes. I was checking to see if you had scabs, like somebody sent them to me, like, man, I ain't got no scabs, better get the hell away from me. Blueberries and melons over here, man. I know you want to get close. If you want to get close, nigga. They had to stop right in my presence. For us, it's cool. We good. I want to see us. You know what I'm saying? But it's other individuals that they get away from niggas, and they've been away from not even seeing it. When they look up and they see, so it's act that way. They know that we're not that way. We're not the African brother and shit. Remember, they're dealing with certain things over there. You know what I mean? We have what we have over in Amaru and in all the islands and in the Pacific and shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But with this, Thuggy Doves is all over the place. See these little niggas. What's up, y'all? Hey, babies. How you doing? Sorry, I didn't want to hit you in the beak like that. How you doing, baby? You know what I'm saying? I guess I got to get them some because I don't want to let them just sit there. They so daggone patient. I can see the fruit of the spirit in the doves, in the Thuggy Doves. I'm like, oh, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They don't like seeing niggas playing with the dove. They be so mad when I be sitting there playing. They got people sitting in all my little spots now. I must got about 20 gang stalking shit. 20 different ones. I know them all. I know most of them. They don't think I do. But we got to keep it on moving. Keep it on moving, man. This is the information. So today, start them Kegels, man. This is the next half of the month. It's important. If you've been going semen retention already, this is the next half. So you're going to need these. Then it's even more. We're going to do breathing exercises. You know, you can create your own thing. You create your own breathing exercises just by seeing an example of how we do it on this, how we get down. All right, we're gonna let them play with the Vedic and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we're making all things new. You know what I'm saying? We're showing right now through our mathematics, which is God's culture, supreme, and mathematics. Is born as God, and mathematics is born as a culture. That is the culture. Everything is numerical measurement in the corporeal realm, in the corporeal world. So that's just how we doing it around these parts. We're making everything new. So it's about the breath. Remember, they taught us how to breathe wrong at first. So now you want to correct the breath. Use Sagittarius energy for the next 48 hours. Like, I'm gonna start pressing my belly out and going up like that. You're gonna leave that space right up in there where it's so clear. You do it again. Stomach out. See how that stomach's out? The stomach is out, G. You know what I'm saying? And my chest is up. I'm not going like, I'm not breathing like that no more. I'm acknowledging my breath now. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing that for 20-something years, so it's like, now I can talk about it. I couldn't talk about it if I was in my 20s. Because it'd be like, this nigga don't know shit. I'm in my 20s. But I had to have a baby at home, had to have a baby in front of the howlies, because they call them white folks howlies, which is breathless beings. And you know, I had to go through a lot of little things and shit, man. Learning how to breathe and showing them how to breathe, because when they're born, you gotta have lotus breath. I know it's somewhere in the Bible. I know my bros and my sisters out here that know the scripts real good. You gotta find the actual verse. I think it's in Ezekiel that builds about lotus births and shit. I didn't even know this before the lotus birth. I just knew that you're supposed to keep the umbilical cord attached. I said, you want the blood? No. They say RH negative. Take the blood from the umbilical cord. You ain't take nothing from the baby. They like, well, we're gonna try to turn his ass against you. We're gonna go get his mama to turn against you, get a child support. You paying her $2,000 a month, nigga. Now what? Can you live now, nigga? Financially? Oh, you out here with fruits, berries, and melons and shit, celibate and all that shit. You know they keep the tabs, nigga. They been keeping tabs since my son was born. My son's name was God. Shit. And my daughter, they say I have more seeds. They're like, he has more. I was like, nah. I done went around and showed other brothers how to have babies at home and shit. Yeah. But now that cycle. I had to learn in that cycle. I was in my wisdom cycle, so I was wise to what I did. But now, we're in the culture cycles, man. We know what we're doing. I had to be quiet. So that's what we all gonna be doing and shit. But yeah, y'all, I love y'all for being in tune, for tuning in, you know. But this is what we is. We're just gonna go ahead and get the Kegels in for today. You know, make sure we work out for sure, about an hour. Get your fruit right after the workout, and look forward to a little hour later if you want to eat something solid, like a salad with something solid in it. If you eat fish, just throw some sardines in it. Like, oh, like sardines. You're gonna grow to like sardines, by the way. They're super if you're gonna eat them. You know what I'm saying? Or salmon. Don't go too far in your fishes. You know what I mean? But anyhow, though, we're trying to get away from that. But if you're gonna do it, do that once a week or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Once every 3 hours. Once every 3 days or so. Don't eat stuff every day. You don't have to. We're the same water world. You don't have to eat fish every day. You know what I'm saying? We're learning how not to eat. And it's true also, learning how not to eat and learning how not to eat. I'm about to go ahead and write something up on that. Because most I blessed the NAGA. You know what I'm saying? To deliver it for the fam. It is my little lane and shit. So yeah, I'm gonna link up all the links too for all of us, for all the fam. And this is this cycle is different than the first little few cycles that we've been going through. So this is the cycle they kind of fear. And so that's what it is. You know what I mean? All right, peace, God. Peace to the God. Peace to him. I love y'all, man. Y'all be safe and be wise and keep your duck and sucker repelling on, because these motherfuckers are out shit. I love y'all. Peace, like.